In a small rural village, young Anna's love for singing becomes her only hope to save her ailing mother. Driven by determination and fueled by her mother's sacrifices, Anna enters a singing competition with a life-changing cash prize. Along the way, she discovers unexpected connections, unravels family secrets, and finds the strength to turn her dreams into reality. Join Anna on this heartfelt journey of resilience, love, and the power of music. In a small rural village, life moved at a gentle pace, dictated by the seasons and the rhythm of nature. The village, nestled in a valley surrounded by rolling hills and dense forests, was a place where everyone knew each other and community ties were strong. The cobblestone streets, old stone houses, and the warm glow of lanterns in the evenings gave the village a timeless charm. Anna, a bright and determined 12-year-old girl, lived with her mother, Mrs. Johnson, in a modest cottage on the edge of the village. Anna had auburn hair that shone like copper in the sunlight and green eyes that sparkled with intelligence and curiosity. Though small for her age, Anna's spirit was indomitable. Mrs. Johnson, Anna's mother, was a frail woman in her early 40s. Once full of life and laughter, she had become bedridden due to a chronic illness that had slowly sapped her strength. Despite her condition, she maintained a gentle demeanor and a loving presence that Anna cherished deeply. The villagers often saw Anna hurrying through the streets, running errands and taking care of household chores. She was well-liked, and many admired her dedication to her mother. However, there were whispers of concern about her future, given her mother's declining health. Mr. Thompson, a local farmer in his late 50s, lived alone on his large farm on the outskirts of the village. Rugged and weathered from years of hard work, Mr. Thompson was known for his kind heart and generosity. He had a deep love for music, a passion he had shared with his daughter before she disappeared many years ago. Life for Anna was a delicate balance of responsibilities and fleeting moments of childhood joy. Every morning, she would wake up early to prepare breakfast for her mother, feed the chickens, and tend to the small garden behind their cottage. Despite the weight of her responsibilities, Anna found solace in singing. Her voice was clear and melodious, a gift she had inherited from her mother, who used to sing lullabies to her every night. One evening, as Anna was helping her mother to bed, Mrs. Johnson took her hand and looked into her eyes with a mixture of love and worry. "Anna, my dear, you've grown up so fast," she said softly. "I wish I could do more for you." Anna shook her head, tears welling up in her eyes. "You're everything to me, Mama. I'll do whatever it takes to make you better." The following week, a flyer appeared on the village notice board announcing a singing competition in the nearby town. The grand prize was a significant amount of money, enough to buy the medicine Mrs. Johnson needed. Anna's heart skipped a beat as she read the details. This was the opportunity she had been waiting for. The village was abuzz with news of the competition, and it wasn't long before Anna's intentions were the talk of the town. Some villagers were skeptical, doubting that a young girl from their small village could stand a chance in such a competition. Others were more supportive, offering words of encouragement and small tokens of luck. Mrs. Johnson, upon hearing Anna's plan, was initially hesitant. "Anna, my darling, it's a big risk," she said, her voice filled with concern. "What if you don't win?" Anna took her mother's hand and squeezed it gently. "Mama, I have to try. For you. For us." That evening, Anna sat by the fireplace, practicing her songs. The flickering flames cast a warm glow on her face as she sang, her voice filled with emotion and hope. Outside, the night was calm, with a gentle breeze rustling the leaves and the distant sound of crickets serenading the moon. The days leading up to the competition were filled with challenges. The villagers' skepticism weighed heavily on Anna, and she often found herself doubting her own abilities. One afternoon, as she was practicing in the village square, a group of older boys approached her. "Do you really think you can win?" one of them sneered. "You're just a kid from a tiny village." Anna's cheeks flushed with embarrassment, but she stood her ground. "I have to try," she replied, her voice steady. "For my mother." Despite the discouragement, Anna continued to practice. She sang while doing chores, while fetching water from the well, and even while tending to the garden. Her voice, though beautiful, was often tinged with the sadness and hope that fueled her determination. One evening, as Anna was practicing by the riverbank, Mr. Thompson happened to pass by. He paused, captivated by the purity of her voice. It reminded him so much of his daughter, who had vanished years ago under mysterious circumstances. Moved by her singing, Mr. Thompson decided to offer his support, though he kept his intentions secret. "You're doing well, Anna," he said, stepping out of the shadows. "Your voice is truly special." Anna smiled, grateful for the encouragement. "Thank you, Mr. Thompson. It means a lot." Mr. Thompson nodded, his eyes glinting with a mix of nostalgia and sadness. "Keep practicing. You have a gift." As the competition day drew closer, Anna's mother shared more stories from her youth, giving Anna the emotional strength she needed. She spoke of her dreams, her struggles, and the sacrifices she had made. These stories fueled Anna's determination, reminding her of the love and resilience that bound their small family together. Finally, the day of the competition arrived. Anna woke up early, her heart pounding with a mix of excitement and nerves. She wore her best dress, a simple yet elegant gown her mother had made for her. With a deep breath, she set off for the nearby town, carrying the hopes and dreams of her family with her. The competition venue was a grand theater in the town center, bustling with contestants, organizers, and spectators. Anna felt a wave of anxiety as she looked around, seeing the confident faces of other participants. She took a deep breath and reminded herself of her purpose. This was for her mother. Backstage, the air was thick with anticipation. Anna could hear the murmurs of the audience and the muffled sounds of the performances before hers. She closed her eyes and whispered a silent prayer. When her turn finally came, Anna stepped onto the stage, her heart pounding in her chest. The bright lights momentarily blinded her, but she found strength in the thought of her mother's smiling face. As the music began, Anna's voice filled the theater, resonating with emotion and clarity. In the audience, Mr. Thompson sat, his heart racing as he listened to Anna's voice. It was as if he was hearing his daughter again. The resemblance was uncanny, and memories of his lost daughter flooded his mind. He watched Anna intently, feeling a mix of hope and sorrow. As Anna's song came to an end, the theater erupted in applause. She curtsied, her cheeks flushed with excitement and relief. Backstage, she was greeted with congratulations and admiring glances from the other contestants. After the competition, Mr. Thompson approached Anna, his hands trembling slightly. "Anna," he called softly. Anna turned, surprised to see the familiar face. "Mr. Thompson?" "I need to talk to you," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "There's something important you should know." As they sat in a quiet corner of the theater, Mr. Thompson revealed the truth about his past. He spoke of his daughter, who had disappeared many years ago, and the striking resemblance between her and Anna. Anna listened, her heart heavy with the weight of the revelation. "Do you know anything about your parents, Anna?" Mr. Thompson asked gently. Anna shook her head. "My mother never spoke much about them. She only said they were gone." Tears welled up in Mr. Thompson's eyes as he realized the significance of the connection. "Anna, I believe you might be my granddaughter," he said, his voice breaking. "Your voice, your spirit, they remind me so much of my daughter." Anna felt a surge of emotions, confusion, hope, and a sense of belonging she had never felt before. "But how can we be sure?" she asked, her voice trembling. Mr. Thompson reached into his pocket and pulled out a locket. "This belonged to my daughter. She always wore it. If you have anything like this, it might be a clue." Anna's eyes widened as she recognized the locket. She had seen it in her mother's belongings, a cherished keepsake. "I think I have seen this," she whispered. The following weeks were a whirlwind of emotions and discoveries. Anna, with the help of Mr. Thompson, pieced together the fragments of her family's history. She learned about the sacrifices her mother had made and the reasons behind the secrecy. With the prize money from the competition, Anna was able to buy the medicine her mother needed. Mrs. Johnson's health began to improve, and the family started to rebuild their lives. Mr. Thompson, overjoyed to have found his granddaughter, welcomed Anna and her mother into his home. The small farmhouse on the outskirts of the village became a place of healing and new beginnings.
Be sure to subscribe to Edge of Your Seat Stories and click the notification bell for more captivating mysteries filled with intrigue, romance, and dynamic relationships. Please leave a comment below. Tell us of your stories. Until next time, dream big.